it's recording now. Yay, we're recording. Reverse. Selfie. Here we go. That'll make a great Twitter. Okay, Audacity. All right, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Not a Safe Space. This is Sabrina.
And Tabby.
Hey girl, what's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Doing well. It's the first of the week. I feel like we haven't done this in forever.
It's been, what, 2 weeks?
I don't know.
And we're, for all the audience, we're actually face to face today. So we're actually having to get used to being near each other.
Yeah, right? Let's see if this gets violent. Like if we'll whack each other when we say something.
Whack!
Right. Right. Yeah, first time recording together. Tabby is up here in Jacksonville. We have a fun photo shoot planned for today.
Yay!
We're super excited about.
Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun.
How fun was it digging through your closet?
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, it's like I didn't realize I had so many cute pieces of clothing because I don't wear anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that pink jacket that you had.
Oh, the one with the flowers?
Yeah. Oh,
That one? Or the other pink
the
jacket?
Moto one. The pink Moto, the light pink one.
Oh, okay, that one.
The one with the flowers is one that I think that I would like and like to see it on. But when you were texting me, I was driving Jamie back and she gave you a thumbs down.
I know. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I have been waiting years, years to put this damn jacket on.
Right. And she gave a fucking thumbs down. And I was like, wait, let me look at it.
Right.
Let me give my
The
opinion
Ohio
first.
girl's giving me fashion tips.
Right. The Ohio girl that believes that glitter makes everything better in life.
Oh, good Lord.
Right. Everything she owns is blinged and glittered out.
Bedazzled? Is she a bedazzler? For the love of God, please say no.
Yes. Like she bedazzled her own iPhone watch, her badge at work, her glasses have rhinestones on it. Everything in life is glittered to her.
Wow. All right.
She said it's hard to be mean to somebody that's glittered out.
No, it's not. I love Jamie, but no, it's not.
Right.
No, it's not.
So, housekeeping wise, do we have any announcements or anything to make?
Other than we're on episode 14. That was a good one.
That's right. Welcome to episode 14.
Yes.
Anything else besides that?
We have our Patreon account set up. It's $1 a month. Join, and what you get for that is you get the next week's audio ahead of time.
Nice. Do they just download that right onto
You go to patreon.com and then you search Not a Safe Space and then you join, and it's $1 a month, and then you will get a notification that a new episode is released, and you can actually go and listen to the content that has not been released to the public yet.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I will say, so now that we're in November, I don't know about you, but did you have winter this weekend where you lived?
A little bit yesterday. It was a little chilly. I was able to put on a pair of sweatpants and actually go around and work, so that was nice.
It was 50 fucking degrees here on Friday.
Oh, was it?
We were cold.
Wow.
We went to a baseball game thinking that we'd have a beautiful, cool fall weather. We were freezing.
Oh. Well, see, we're 2 hours south of you.
So, well, Jamie was here from town. Jamie's from Ohio. Even she was like, you guys need to fucking suck this up. It's not cold. Right. 10 p.m. She was fucking cold.
Was she?
Yeah, it was cold outside.
She's not used to the wet cold.
Right. And we weren't dressed. So I don't know how the way that we dress for winter is a little different. Like I have 16 sweaters, but I have 16 Florida sweaters. Like the sweater I was wearing was hanging off my shoulders. Well, guess what? My entire left side of my body was fucking cold. Like it looked great.
Right.
But it's not sensible.
No, and there's a difference between Florida winter clothes and every other state's winter clothes.
Right. And my family is heading off to New York City for Thanksgiving. Airfare, $1,200 for a family to afford to fly to New York.
Not
bad, right?
No.
Cheap. That's why we were like, let's do it. Winter clothes
Well,
for a family of 4, $1,000.
Wow.
I had to buy all new jackets,
Yep.
like actual
Like-
jackets, gloves, scarves,
Hats.
wool leggings, like
Yeah.
real leggings.
Yeah.
Ethan needs jeans. We spent $1,000 in winter clothes.
For you to wear all one weekend.
Yeah.
And never
Yeah,
touch
for
it
5
again.
fucking days, and then
That's it.
never
It's
wear it
gone.
again. What am I gonna do with wool leggings?
A Halloween costume, maybe?
Right, as the abominable
that shit
snowman.
up.
Right, right. So
You could be like that little kid on Twitter and go as wool leggings, and like he came with his pants.
I saw that. How funny was that?
That was hilarious.
So
Oh,
to explain to our listeners on Twitter, if you follow us on Twitter, there was I think it was like a CEO of Google or someone like that that said that his 2-year-old said that he wanted to be a pair of pants for Halloween.
right.
So they cut a pair of jeans and stuck his fucking arms through the holes of the legs, and he was a pair of pants.
I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome.
I loved it.
How cheap was that,
Right?
right?
And also to like listen to your child and not to talk, well, don't you want to be Iron Man? Don't you want to be this? No, I want to be a
A
pair
pair
of
of pants.
Genius.
Don't culture appropriate your child because he wants to be a pair of pants.
Right, or don't force him into what you think he should be. Just like Lorelai's macaroni and cheese birthday, right?
Right.
Like, he wants to be a pair of pants. I love those parents for saying, fuck it.
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, let's put some arms in these things and make them a pair of pants.
There you go. Exactly.
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it too. And then we saw each other this weekend,
Yes, we did.
right? And you got to watch the Jamie and Sabrina show.
That was fucking hilarious. Like, I love Jamie. Jamie's awesome. But I worry for that child.
So
She literally had said she was going to skin a deer with a potato peeler.
I know.
I mean, what the fuck?
I love it. But so
So please tell me she was kidding. Like, that was her dry, sarcastic humor? Or was she serious?
no, so see what happens is when we noticed that everybody was laughing at what we were saying,
Mm-hmm.
we just naturally go into this, all right, let's just be dumb, right? Like
Okay.
there was nothing else really going on and everybody was just kind of watching us. And you were fucking dying. And
Oh
so
my-
from there, I was like, well, let's just keep making Tabby laugh.
I mean, the shit she was saying, I was like,
But I was baiting her because I was asking her the most random questions of, what, Jamie,
if we both died and we were frozen and I died first, what part of my body would you eat? And she's like, you're a fucking boob.
she didn't even have to think about it though, right? Or
Right.
say like, that's so fucking weird. She was like, all right, yeah, I'm playing this game.
Right.
I'll eat your tit.
I'll eat your tit. And then we were like, and then she said, I was like, so you're going to gnaw on her boob? And she's like, no. And I was like, what do? You got a fucking slicer in your back pocket? I'm like, you're in a fucking cave and it's frozen.
And she said she'd wash it down with the silicone from my implant. Weird.
Oh my God. I was like, oh Lord, help her, please.
We were dying. It literally was like Nate had said. He was like, everybody kind of got like an hour glimpse of what it's like when the two of you are just talking and bullshitting with one another.
Right.
Where, like how you and I, we can go down this fucking path of just this spiral downhill.
Yes, we go right down that fucking
Right.
rabbit hole.
That as soon as we noticed that you were cracking up, it was like, all right,
Game on.
Yeah,
There we go. Let's
The
do
Jamie
it.
and Sabrina show. Let's just start making people laugh.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
And even if they're laughing at us, it's still funny to me.
Right.
It's still funny.
I loved it. I said something or another. What was it? I said, she asked a question and I was like, because you guys are retarded. Poor Nate couldn't get a freaking word in edgewise. You two wouldn't shut up.
But Nate loves that. He, what did she say? So when we were talking about skinning a deer, and she said that somebody should invent like a potato peeler, and when you questioned it, she goes,
You just don't get my vision.
yeah.
You just don't get my vision. And I'm like, vision?
Yeah, you just don't see my vision.
And I'm thinking, you don't know anything about fucking killing or skinning a deer to begin with.
Right? But
And Randy, I don't think Randy is just going, oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. And then what was with the whole freaking, she's like, well, the leg and hanging it. And you're like, no, it's on the counter. And she's like, no, but you got to hang it first. And it's like, what the fuck?
I know. It's so great. It's so fucking great. And that's what like
Oh my god.
Nate and my children have to live with whenever my best friend is in town.
God help them.
We're constantly like that the
Yes.
entire time. And they're like, yeah, because we weren't even sitting next to each other. We were sitting
You were across the room having this whole conversation that encompassed the entire fucking party. The entire party stopped to listen to Sabrina and Jamie talk stupid shit about skinning a deer and fucking eating her tits.
right. And how we would survive. It's just
You two wouldn't survive.
I think we would. But one of us definitely, I'm probably dying first.
Well, we know you're the lazy one.
Yeah, well, besides that, like I can't. Jamie's tougher than me. Like I'm having a fucking meltdown at some point on this island, whatever island we're surviving on,
No.
or the igloo. Definitely dying. I
Oh
don't
my
do
God,
well
what
with
did
cold. I
Randy
will
say?
strangle myself.
Randy said, just don't build the fire inside your igloo.
Oh yeah, when Jamie was like, "I'll make a fucking fire," and he was like, "In your igloo."
Really?
That
That might not work out for
Right,
you.
might not be the best solution, but that was fun. It was a good time. We had our not holiday party because we had to squish it close to the beginning of the year, but it was a nice way to kick off the first of the year.
Exactly, and I love it because we all get together before all the crazy starts with the holidays.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And everybody looked great, and we were all dressed up, which was fun.
Yes.
And
Jen checked her ass and hoo-ha, make sure no crazy people were coming out of her leggings. Thank God.
she did wear her Halloween leggings the other night.
Did she?
Yeah, she looked adorable in them. But she did send Tabby and I a message that she made sure that there was nothing crawling out of her badge first.
That's always a good thing. You don't want anything crawling out of your badge.
Right.
Because if so, you might have crabs.
Right. Yeah, cockroaches or something.
Oh my God.
So, at the party, you saw my husband, who now is
Handy capable.
handy capable. I refer to as the GIMP or the handicap man.
I think for the show, though, we might have to call him the GIMP because we are not a safe space.
Right, yeah. So the GIMP here has had a hockey accident, has six
Right.
stitches in his knee. He's on crutches. His hip is somehow messed up and he can't walk, which is terrible.
Right.
But as our listeners know and our friends know, is Sabrina's not the most nurturing person in the
No,
world.
this girl won't give a fucking hug.
I know, but I'm trying. So
Trying? You told him to come to you so you could give him a back rub.
no, that wasn't it. He looks so miserable. He is in so much pain.
Right.
Which that's a whole nother subject of how fucked up our medical and health insurance is now that they can't give you enough pain medicine, right? In the state of Florida. They can only give you 3 days worth. Well, this accident was 2 weeks ago, and his follow-up's not until tomorrow. So he has been on Tylenol, washing it down with IPA just to help maintain this pain. So on his face, he does not look happy. So the other day, I wanted to well, first of all, we made him do a fashion show for Jamie and I so we could see what he was going to wear that night.
As he's gimping around the bedroom, and neither one of you bitches got up to get any of the clothes for him.
We were both in bed, and I was playing I'm So Sexy for My Right Said Fred song. I'm Too Sexy, and like playing fashion show music for him as he walked in and out.
Oh my God.
So,
Sabrina.
he looked miserable, and I said, come over here, because I want to tickle you so you'll laugh. And he was like, I'm not coming over there. And I was like, you look so miserable. I want you to smile. And I know when I tickle him, he smiles. And he was like, this is how lazy you are. You won't even come to me to do something that I don't want you to do to me. So it makes you feel better that I'm smiling. And I was like, well, yeah.
Okay, so you definitely suck at the spouse.
But I'm trying.
That's not trying.
Well, it is for me.
Well, we need to try better.
So this is what, like, I'm trying to be more nurturing, and I feel bad for him because he's trying to be as capable as possible.
Right.
To make up. So, like, when you and Dion, if one of you guys are sick, who's the more nurturing one out of the two of you?
Well, I'm the one that's always sick. So
he's always taking care of you.
To Dion's extent, yes.
Yeah.
He's the one that takes care of me. So when I get sick, I go upstairs in the bedroom and I pretty much just hide.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll make sure I got my books and what I need, and I got water and the medicine all right there. And then he disappears.
Okay.
And then if I'm getting hungry, he'll make me something, give me food, and then he'll disappear.
Right.
He does not stay around or any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
What about when he's sick? Do you?
Oh yeah, I take care of him.
You do.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't realize how many things Nate does for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you finally sit down on the couch, or I think you and Dion were joking about it. Like when you had to go upstairs to go upstairs.
Oh yes.
Like Nate's the one in our relationship that does that. If I'm like, oh God, I forgot my phone 5 flights upstairs, he'd be like, okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm that person.
You're the-
I'm that one. Dion leaves his shit all over,
Right.
everywhere. And I love my husband, but he's ADHD.
Right.
And so he's like, oh man. I was like, fine, I got it. You know, and he
Right.
doesn't even ask, but I'm like, I got it. Don't worry. You know, I'll go up there, bring it back. So we were down in the basement and I needed something. And I was like, he's like, I'm not going up and getting for you. And I go, fine. He's like, are you really going to get mad at me for not going upstairs? And I went, no, I'm not going to get mad. And I pouted. And he's like, fine. He's like, gosh, you're such an ass. And he goes upstairs and has to go all the way upstairs for this thing and then has to come back. And he's complaining. I'm like, don't even fucking complain because
Right.
I do this shit for you all the time. It's like, fine.
Yeah, Nate is that person for me. So people feel bad. You should feel bad for me that for the last 2
For
weeks,
you,
I've had to do all that stuff by myself. I am exhausted.
you're exhausted having to be normal.
I know, having to care for myself.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, he's dragging this leg everywhere.
Gosh.
I know. I feel terrible for him.
And what I have to say though is he is handling it like a fucking champ.
Not complaining, right?
No, because you know, if that was me, I would be like, oh Lord, the allergies, somebody
Right.
help me. I can't do this.
Right.
It would have been bad. So,
And I think that that's because I bullied him, Tabby. Is
Oh.
that because, you know, they say that men take illnesses worse.
they do. Or supposed to. Anyway.
Yeah, well, and normally he does. Normally he is a giant fucking baby about stuff.
Okay.
But this time he's really held it together, which has fucked with me mentally because I know that I've done that to him. I know that he is in pain,
Right.
but I know that he's not saying anything because his wife is such an asshole. She will make fun of him.
Yeah.
I've done that to this man.
And now he doesn't even want your help.
No, he
And now
doesn't.
you feel like an asshole.
I do.
Don't you see the punishment?
I know now, but I don't know how to undo it.
Not be an asshole and get up and help him.
Well, I'm trying, but
No, you're not. Let's be real, you're not.
I know.
You haven't gotten off the couch to help him. Okay, let me put it this way to you, okay? My husband got up at the Christmas party to get your husband a beer while you were sitting right fucking there and you didn't even offer.
Well, you know, he didn't ask me.
He doesn't have to. He didn't ask He didn't ask Dion.
Yeah, see, I didn't even notice that even happened because I
Oh my
wasn't
God.
paying attention to my patient.
Yeah, or your husband.
Right. And see, I just came back. I just helped my friend who had some surgery last month. Remember I was in
Oh,
your
you
area
made an
town?
effort there.
I did, but when I was there, I'm not going to hold your hand during the whole thing. You know that I'm here to do the black and white kind of bullshit things. It doesn't take emotion to do it.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh, you're here to save my life." And I was like, "Nope,
Nope, not here.
not qualified to do that.
God,
I'm
no.
just a person in this room that will help you to the bathroom." But
But maybe that was saving her life.
right, but there's no warm and fuzzies going on. And even with my husband, like I hate him being in pain.
Right.
I hate that. And I hate even more that I have bullied him into being a tougher person.
Right, because now he
But
can express his emotion.
I also reverse psychology him into having sex with me.
While he was a gimp.
Yes. Before I went out of town last week.
You're so fucking horrible.
I was like, there's no way you can have sex with me. Of course I can. I was like, you can't. You only have one leg.
You fucking manipulated
I
your
did.
husband into having sex
With one
for
leg.
your needs.
I did.
Oh my god,
Worst caregiver
So
ever.
I'm just gonna say this. You and I will not be seeing each other in the afterlife because you're going somewhere totally different.
Hey, you got a blowjob out of it. That makes me a good nurse.
No, it doesn't.
I know, it was really for my own needs. But I did guilt him into...
Having sex
I did.
while
yeah.
he was in pain.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at least tell me you were semi-decent enough to, like, let him be on the bottom and you do most of the work. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
He was standing up on one leg.
Standing,
That was his choice. That was his choice, not mine. The second time, now he's done it twice now. He was laying down the second time.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice before you left?
No, once before I left, once when I got back.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, here I knew he could do it.
Right, exactly. And he's starting to feel better, maybe, or just talk about it less. Maybe, I don't
he's
know.
just talking about. He's just
Yeah.
drunk.
I think that makes me kind of a good caregiver.
No, it doesn't.
He
No.
got off twice, lucky guy.
Yeah, but he's a gimp, and you manipulated
Can you
him.
imagine how badly his fucking knee hurt as he's in Pound Town? Just
So every time he's pounding your fucking pussy, his fucking knee is throbbing. So he's deciding between pleasure or pain. You might be a masochist.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds like I probably am.
You don't know what a masochist means?
No, it sounds like a dog.
Like a dom. And it's a
No,
masochist.
a dog. A full
Dog.
massive.
No, not a massive kid. Oh my god, I'm totally butch. Caroline's gonna kill me for this. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, one of like the dominatrix.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of, except I like to be pushed around in bed.
Well, apparently not this week.
You know why? Because in my normal life,
Right.
I am the dominant one, right? So
Yes.
it makes sense, well, at least in my fucked up head, that
No, it makes sense in mine too.
in the bedroom, I want to be fucked by a man,
Right.
but I want to be bossy out here in my real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no, I totally get that one.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I am.
Yes.
All right, so since we're talking about us and getting to know us a little more, I have this game
Oh, fun.
that I found. Somebody posted on Facebook 40 odd things about me. And they wanted you to go through and like answer them all and share it, and then you have to just blah, blah, blah. Well, I wasn't doing that.
Okay, good.
So I stole the questions and I figured that we would ask each other and have our listeners get to know us a little more. So some of the questions are stupid and some of them are simple.
Okay.
Some of them are a little more fun. Question number 1. Do you like mustard?
I like regular mustard.
You like yellow mustard?
Yes.
I hate yellow mustard.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It tastes bitter, but I like Dijon mustard
Okay.
and
Spicy mustard.
Yeah, like all
Okay.
that. Do you like those?
No.
You don't. So
No.
opposites. Yeah.
Total opposites.
So on a hot dog, do you just?
I don't eat hot dogs.
Oh, that's right.
Those are fucking nasty.
That's right. So what do you put mustard on?
Sandwiches.
Okay, I don't because I think it makes it taste bitter.
I like it when you mix it in I saw my sandwiches are mayonnaise on both sides, the meat, and then mustard, and then I put some fresh basil on the sandwich. Woo, that like fucking takes it up a good notch.
Do you ever put potato chips or pretzels on a salad?
Yes, I've done that too.
I love that.
That's like from my childhood.
right. Yeah. Exactly. It makes a little crunch.
Yep, gives it some texture.
Mm-hmm. My sister and I used to put pretzels on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like
No,
just
I
slide
never-
it in the center.
Yeah, no, never did that.
Yeah, or potato chips too, because the same thing.
No,
it
I
adds a
peanut
bit of
butter.
crunch to
Just
it.
a regular sandwich, no peanut butter and jelly.
Okay,
Just a regular
like deli
yeah,
sandwich.
you're right.
All right. Question number 2: choice of carbonated drink.
Coke.
So just like a soda.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a soda.
Mine, of course, would be Monster.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't drink soda on the regular. Now,
yeah, I don't either.
every once in a while, a good. If you were, say, it's a hot fucking day and you're gonna go to the gas station, are you buying a 2 liter, an individual liter of pop, or are you buying a fountain soda?
I'm not. I'm probably buying water.
But
So
if you were gonna get a soda, which one? To settle your craving for a soda. Do
just
you
an
like-
individual.
Oh, you do. So if I'm going to go in there and get a craving,
Mm-hmm.
I like a fountain drink.
Really?
Just to
Okay.
take a couple sips because it's super carbonated,
Okay, yeah.
and then hand it off.
But see, I like when I drink sodas, I never finish a can of soda.
Me too.
I only drink like that much of it, and then I hand the rest to Dion.
Right. Yeah, me
I
too.
never finish it when I get it from a fast foods place or
Mhm.
anything. Nope. I'm just like, okay, that's too sugary. Let me get back to my water.
Me too. But it's like soda is something that you just need a little bit of it
Mm-hmm.
to settle that thirst for it, right?
Right. Like that sugar craving.
Right. Yeah, or the bubbly and all that. All right. Well, this is easy. Do you own a gun?
Yes.
Yes.
Lots.
I do not. Number 4, whiskey, tequila, or vodka.
Vodka.
Me too, vodka.
I can't do tequila anymore. You know, it kicked me in the ass.
Uh-huh.
You know how everyone has their tequila story.
Right. Yeah, Nate does too. He doesn't.
Yeah. You don't do tequila anymore.
Yeah. What about whiskey?
Nope. Don't like it. Hate it.
When I did drink, I did want to get into like trying really good whiskeys and bourbon. You know how you see the grown-ups doing and just
Yeah.
kind of sipping it. I can never get into it though.
No, I don't like the taste. And I've had what's supposed to be some of the best whiskey.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I've had some of the what's supposed to be some of the shittiest whiskey.
Right.
And I don't like it. And you know, and it's funny because, you know, my husband loves it, right?
Uh-huh.
And basically he's like, you don't like the smoky barrel. That's why it's a whiskey. It's
Right.
because of the aging process, and
Mhm.
I just don't like it.
Yeah. Can you drink vodka straight up like on the ice or on ice? On the rocks, I guess they call it.
I used to when I was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm not into that either.
You can't drink vodka straight
Right. Yeah, I never got
unless
that.
you have a problem.
So, all right, number 5. Well, I know the answer for you. Hot dog or cheeseburgers?
Hamburger.
Hamburger. So not even cheese?
I don't like cheeseburgers.
So what do you like on your hamburger?
I like my hamburger on a sweet potato roll.
Uh-huh.
Those potato rolls, mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, extra tomato, and pickles. Straight up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meat, how do you like your burger?
Medium rare.
Yeah. So do I.
But it's gotta be a good sized burger, none of this flat shit. It's gotta be juicy. There, you gotta have juice coming out because
Mhm.
that's why you need the thick bun, so it soaks up the juice,
Right.
and it's just like all yumminess.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I like a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, hamburger, doesn't really matter, but it's got to have a good bun. I like it medium rare. I like ketchup, mayonnaise, barbecue sauce. I'm
Mhm.
huge on barbecue sauce. Extra pickles, onion, lettuce, tomato.
There you
Good.
go.
What's your favorite type of food?
The kind I eat.
So you don't have if you're craving something, it's a Friday night. What are you sending Dion out for?
Well, if I'm sending him out, we want to be fancy per se. I will have him go get Thai food, and I'll have my sushi.
Okay.
But you know, that's again, it's a craving, right? Got to be in the mood for it, kind of deal. But we eat home a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do too. We eat at home a lot. I think my favorite type of food though is probably Chinese food.
I know what my favorite type of food is.
What?
Doreen's food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
She
it.
can cook, man.
Oh my god, that bitch can cook.
She's
It's so yummy.
it's so nice to have a friend like that
Oh,
who is good at cooking and likes to cook
exactly.
and will cook for us, even if it kills her.
Literally.
Right. All right. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes,
You do.
I do. I've had experiences.
With a ghost.
Yes. Why are you looking at me like that? I've had experiences.
When?
Okay, so my house in Virginia, this is just gonna sound kind of crazy, but it's on the 13th lot.
Uh-huh.
Mailbox number is 13. The stairs have 13 in it. There's 13 windows in the house. Okay. And when growing up, downstairs in the basement, we had a fireplace, a wood burning stove.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you used to live in Virginia, so you know how hot it can make the downstairs.
Right.
Sweat, it's hot. I mean, you're taking off your sweatshirts and all this kind of stuff. And every now and then, even though the fire is blazing hot, all of a sudden it gets really fucking cold.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go, "Oh, sir, ma'am," came inside because we have 2 ghosts in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And we think it was Dee's my mom's parents.
Uh-huh.
And so that was one experience. Well, that happened several times. But then the other thing was when I was younger and I was getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I walked out of my bedroom, stopped at the doorway. At the top of the steps was a black figure that looks like a man. I looked at him, he looked at me. I decided to go back to bed
Mm-hmm.
because he was near the bathroom. So I went back to bed. And then I turned around in bed, opened my eyes, and he was standing right there at the edge of the bed.
Right.
At that point, I covered my head
I bet.
and went back to sleep.
So, do you believe ghosts are all around all the time, or are they haunting? Are they good? Are they bad?
It's-
Are they?
It all depends. All of
Okay.
that is very contingent on the spirit itself and the manner it died. You know, I do believe in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
That people think I'm crazy.
Would you ever go see like a medium, people that like talk to people in the afterlife and
Sure.
or psych?
Let's see if they're real, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had experience with psychic readers
Uh,
that have been really fucking accurate. And I've had ones that I'm like, you're so off, it's not even funny.
right.
And I'm like, it's just, there's not a connection. And I'm like, oh, nope, you're full of shit.
Really.
Yeah, I've had both experiences.
So I've never gone to see either one. I am interested to go see a medium that can speak to maybe the afterworld.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I believe it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts at all.
Right.
Just because,
You've never had an experience.
right, and the only time I have, and this is the only thing that would change my mind, is because I'm not full, like, I know myself, right? So I know that I'm not full of shit and that I don't believe it, that I know that they don't exist. However,
Mm-hmm.
when my dad passed away and we had traveled all the way home, right before we got home, I took a melatonin because I wanted to go to sleep as soon as I got back to my house.
Mm-hmm.
I went to lay down in the guest room, and so now, of course, I'm on melatonin, so I'm like in and out of it. I'm
Right.
exhausted from a week of my dad's death and funeral and family emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, I was awake and my dad was there, and he didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. He just made me feel calm.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was this calming presence. And I swear on my life that I believe it was true.
Of course it was.
And that's the only thing that makes me believe that there's not. Now, I still wouldn't run around town telling people I believe in fucking ghosts because I'm not sure if I was on melatonin and hallucinating. However,
You don't hallucinate on melatonin.
every part of my being makes me believe, or has me believing, that my father was there in that moment, calming me down.
And he was. He was there.
Don't tell anybody I believe in ghosts, but I think
Okay.
I do.
I
Don't tell-
won't.
Shh, it's a secret. Hey, by the way, I just got a text and Ethan is bringing 4 Popeye chicken sandwiches to us. Have you tried one yet?
I have not.
Me neither. And they came back out today.
All right, we're
so
gonna
we
try
get
this.
to try them.
Nice.
All right. So then our answer to our favorite type of food might change. What do you drink in the morning? Well, we both know. I drink coffee and Monster. What do you drink? in the morning?
I drink a little bit of Dion's Cuban coffee and then water.
And then
Yeah.
you're pretty good about drinking water.
I like my water.
Can you do 100 push-ups?
Fuck no.
Can you do 1 push-up?
Yes.
I
Because
can't.
I have done because.
What? I'm gonna get down on the ground right now and
Okay.
try it.
All right, let's see you do a push up.
Look. Okay.
Come on. There you go.
Okay, but I can't get back up.
Come on, you can do it.
I can't. I'm trying.
Engage
With all
your-
my
engage your core.
I can't. I can get down in a plank form. I literally was just on the ground, everybody.
And that was fucking hilarious.
But I can't push myself
Back up.
back up.
You need to do
I'm exhausted
You need
from
to
that.
do Beachbody Transform 20. Sean T, he'll have you doing push-ups and walking. Like, oh my
Let me
God.
see.
All right.
All right, Tabby's getting on the ground. All right, she's down. Oh yeah,
And then you'll do.
and back up. See, now I can do all that twisting and corset.
But
I just can't
He
push.
makes you do that, and then you gotta move.
Now she's walking on all
then you go
fours,
down.
and then she just went down, plank position, down into a push-up, and all the way back up. See, that's why people's physical fitness is deceiving, right?
Right.
Is that I had no idea you could do a fucking push-up.
Neither did I. Well, I mean, I did. This is recent. Like I said,
can't do
Beachbody, but whew, like
Can
I'm
you
all
do a
out of
pull-
breath.
Can you do a pull-up?
No.
I can't even.
No, I can't pull up my own weight.
Yeah.
Have you seen how big my ass
Oh,
is?
me too. Do you see how fucking long
Do you
I
see
am?
how tiny my arms are compared to my
Right, right. Well, still, you could do a fucking push-up. That's
Woo.
impressive. Summer, winter, spring, or fall?
We live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer. We live in Florida.
I like fall and spring because we live in Florida
Exactly.
and it brings us all relief.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
What's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby. Sex.
I was at some doctor's office the other day and they asked me, do you, this, do you have any hobbies? Nope.
No.
None. Nope. No hobbies.
No hobbies.
No, I think I like to spend time with friends. And that's really...
That's it. I mean, I'm not a hobby kind
I
of
like to
person.
listen to podcasts. Is that a hobby?
Is this a hobby?
Yeah.
This could be a hobby.
It could be.
Or kind of a hobby.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the extent of it. I'm not macrameing or anything.
No, I'm not. Or scrapbooking. No.
No.
Not doing any of that.
I made a scrapbook for Ethan and I stopped at 9 months and now he's 18. So I have a lot of fucking pages to
catch
finish.
up on.
Right. I bought all this shit too.
Right. Yeah, no.
Never finished it.
Yeah, my hobby would be sex.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoy sex.
Yeah, me too. Well, obviously I do it with handicapped people too.
Yeah, and you manipulate the handicap.
No, reverse psychology his ass quickly.
Um,
Tattoos?
mm-hmm. One on my ankle.
You do?
Yeah.
What is it? Oh yeah, a butterfly, and it's a scroll all the way across
Yep,
her
this is
ankle.
the tribal.
Is there another butterfly on that side?
There's another butterfly. So the butterfly's got the rainbow
Uh-huh.
on it, and then the tribal for unity, and then the pansies on top for my sorority.
Nice. Is that the only one?
The only one.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
But they're all little.
Right.
I think the biggest one I have is probably the dragonfly in the back on my back. But
That is such a fucking basic tattoo.
well, you know why? Well, I like dragonflies,
Okay.
but it's covering a skeleton key, and
Okay.
a dragonfly was the perfect shape
To cover.
to cover it.
Okay.
When I got married the first time, we went and got tattoos of like he got a padlock over his heart,
Uh-huh.
and then I had a skeleton key put on my back, like the key to his heart.
Right. On your back. So was your back gonna like rub up against his chest?
Well, no, but I don't want a tattoo where everybody can see it, right? So I
Right.
put it on my back. Well, then obviously that didn't work out. And now my husband, my boyfriend at the time, Nate, and I are having sex. And everybody would ask about it, of like what the key was for and who had the key.
Right.
And then if he's taking me from behind, he's looking at the fucking key. So I had to cover it up with a
Okay.
dragonfly.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which is what Natalie and I have in common. And that's how we met at a bar, is that Natalie said that she had a dragonfly tattoo. And I was like, no way, so do I.
You're like, oh yay,
Yeah,
basic bitches have dragon tattoos.
Yeah, so that's how we have dragonfly tattoos. Do you wear glasses?
Yes.
Oh, well, wait. Let me just say my favorite tattoo, I think,
Uh-huh.
is the one on my foot.
Okay.
The one that says always, because I love the way it looks in high heels. The one that I get asked about the most is if I'm not wearing my wedding ring.
And that one.
The ring tattoo on my hand,
Mm-hmm.
people would say things about all the time.
So Dion and I were talking about it because Dion has lost his wedding rings multiple times, which is okay because my husband's ADHD and I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Nate doesn't wear one.
So, and he goes, well, maybe we should get the tattoos. I go, no. And he's like, why? I said no because for me, I'm like, if you get a tattoo with somebody, it's like you're fucking jinxing yourself.
Well, so
and I'm like, we're not doing that.
I feel like that when it comes to somebody's name. Is that if you get somebody's name tattooed on yourself, it's a fucking death sentence.
Yeah.
Death sentence. It's done.
I'm just saying, you put a key on your back and
Right. Well,
you lost the law.
I'm pretty sure the death sentence there was the fact that he got a girlfriend, but
yeah, they'll fucking do it for you.
Nate and I got our wedding bands tattooed, and it just says in Roman numerals 3808, which is our wedding anniversary.
Okay.
At our 5-year anniversary. And I was more nervous to do this than I was to get married. And I remember being on the phone with Charlene and saying, like, this is permanent. And she was like, well, so is marriage. And I was like, not really.
I can kind of get out of that one.
But like, if I get some guy to slide another diamond on my finger, he's going to have to look at the fact that.
And getting that fixed is.
Right, because now we have friends that have, like, somebody's name tattooed across their finger. Now it's not worked out for them, and they have to get that removed.
Right.
So I feel better that it's just
numbers,
right? And then the always on my foot actually has to do with my husband. It's something that I've written on every card for him after I, write love Bree on it. It always says always.
Okay.
It's on our wall up there. It's just something we've always said to each other. It's in the font that was on our wedding invitations.
Oh.
And then here. What's right there?
The Gemini.
Oh, wrong side.
Wrong side.
On this side, that is Nate's actual heartbeat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That from the last MRI or whatever it's called, or heart something he had, we took a good strong heartbeat and put it across my torso because he's had a heart attack and constantly thinking about it. And then he has like that big digital tattoo he has? Mm-hmm. He has like an S.80, which is my birth year. Right. And then he has it for his parents and then our 2 kids, but not our names. Okay. I feel like a name
is jinxing.
Yeah.
You just can't put a name on no.
And plus it's kind of like marking a property, right? Like why?
Yeah.
Why do you need it across your pussy?
No, that's bad. You don't need anything right there. That's just weird.
To me, it's like claiming it and this insecurity behind it. And
you don't know. If you've got to claim it, it's not yours.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So let me tell you what happened. So when I got this tattoo, I got it when I was 22. Mm-hmm. And so my mother up north found out about it. And her response was, well, now you're not going to be able to be buried in a Jewish cemetery. And I'm like, well, good thing I'm not fucking Jewish. Because I'm not.
Right.
We're not. Nobody in my family is actually Jewish.
So that wasn't a concern for you to be
No.
Right.
I'm like, really? I'm like, you're not even Jewish.
That's hilarious. My first tattoo is a tramp stamp. So more than a dragonfly, which I don't think a dragonfly is a basic bitch tattoo.
It's a basic bitch tattoo because my sorority sister got a dragonfly on the middle of her back. Yeah. Basic bitch.
No, I think more than that, like just a regular tramp stamp itself is a basic bitch thing. And I do have one. It was my first tattoo.
Okay.
And me and 2 friends, as soon as we turned 18, in our hometown, tattoo parlors were illegal. So we had to go to Gloucester, Virginia.
Illegal?
Yeah, they didn't have tattoo parlors in Virginia Beach growing up.
Really?
Yeah, they do now. But back then, it was against the city laws for tattoo parlors to operate within Virginia Beach.
That's retarded.
Which is crazy because there were all those military bases there.
Yeah.
But you couldn't get a tattoo there growing up. So we all went and got a Chinese letter, basic bitch.
Total basic.
Tramp stamp.
Definitely a basic bitch. That's basic whore.
Yeah, I was a virgin, so it definitely wasn't a whore, but yeah, I was definitely a basic bitch. And it meant spirit, according to the picture on the wall. Wow. Now, my gynecologist, Dr. Wee, said that it meant ghost. Like not spirit as in like you have a good spirit, but spirit as in ooh,
There's a ghost.
spooky. So that's what I have
for
on my back.
someone who doesn't believe in ghosts, you've got a fucking ghost on your
Dude,
back.
yeah, depending on what dialect of Chinese you speak, it means ghost.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That was a fatal mistake.
Right. What about nicknames? Do you have any nicknames?
Tabby. My name is a nickname.
Yeah. Anything else? Do you go by anything else?
Tabby.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Don't call me late for dinner. What about you?
Well, obviously my name is Sabrina. My sister calls me Sab sometimes if she's referring to me. Nate only calls me Bree.
Okay.
And I maybe have 5 people in my life that call me Bree.
Right.
And it's just kind of old school people. Nate has never called me Sabrina.
Really?
Like if he yells across the house, he's yelling, Bree! If he calls me Sabrina, I'm in trouble for something.
Oh boy. It's like the parent calling you with your full name.
He even inside like cards that he's writing to me, it says Bree. He never calls me by my name.
Mm.
And then I have a couple of friends that from high school that call me Bree. I think Yuritsa calls me Bree, but that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. But I think I have a great name, so why?
Why fuck it up?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, Sherlyn used to call me Gas too.
Gas.
Well, because my initials are Sabrina Ann G, so SAG, which was SAG. So she used to call me SAG, and then she'd call it Gas for backwards because she's an obnoxious little sister.
Okay. Well, at least she's not calling you Sag.
Yeah.
Because that would be sad.
Right. What's your biggest downfall?
My biggest downfall? I can be a perfectionist. Like analyze every little detail.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm, highly emotional.
Yeah.
Not that anybody would see it, but God help Dion in the back end. What is your downfall?
I don't know. Ethan, what do you think my biggest? Oh, by the way, Ethan's just walked in.
And he is on the video.
Yeah, we're
What's
recording.
your biggest downfall?
Yeah. Be careful, son. You still live with me.
I don't know.
And that is
I'm
the
just not gonna
politically
answer
correct
that.
answer.
Seriously, what do you think Mama's biggest downfall is?
I literally didn't.
He's like, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna go to my room
I
now.
can't even think of one.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's butting your ass up for something.
No, I think him and Nate do the same thing, which just makes me believe that I'm perfect. But the truth of the matter is,
You're not perfect.
he's got a whole list of things he wants to say, and he's trying to rationalize which one will get him in the least trouble. Look at him.
Look at that
Yeah.
smirk. Yeah, that is a smirk.
I would say that
You don't hug your husband?
no, that's not it. Maybe that I talk too much. Like I say too much.
Like
Word.
you use too many words?
No, I just talk when I probably shouldn't be talking. Like those moments where people shouldn't say anything.
And you're the one that's talking?
I am the one that's talking.
Okay, so I'm the opposite. When I should say something, I don't say anything.
Yeah, I say it, and I always say, I shouldn't say this, or I
Right.
shouldn't have said that, but I can't help it. I want it out, and I want
Right.
it out of me, and it just comes out.
There you go.
I think that's my biggest downfall. And Ethan refuses to agree or disagree. Nothing?
Nope.
All right,
Um,
nothing.
I don't know why y'all doing that. You got 2 Popeye sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Successful. Here,
Let's
I'll
see
grab
how
one.
these
Have
are
you guys
going
all
to
had them yet?
taste.
No, we haven't had one, and we announced earlier that you were.
Live.
Oh.
Wait, we
live.
have to take a selfie with them
Okay,
first.
we have to take a selfie.
And then, now, Ethan, tell us, was there a big crazy rigmarole trying to get these things?
No, 20 minutes in and out.
All right, we got them. All right.
I had friends waiting like 50 minutes.
You are not getting any of our
Chicken
Popeye's
sandwich.
chickens.
All right, what about piercings? Do you have any piercing?
Ears and belly button.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Not
all.
that anything's in the belly button, because Dion basically told me I'm too old for a belly button ring. He's like, it's time for that to come out.
Right.
Yeah, as I've gotten older and the belly's gotten bigger, and he's like, yeah, Tab, I think it's time to let that go. I think you've outgrown the belly button ring.
Nice. What do you think about like nose rings? Our friend Doe has the cutest little diamond. Like I like that, but
Mhm.
do you care for them?
I don't like them.
You don't.
No. So to me, if you've got a nose ring, you should be 20 and kind of, a little on the ghetto side.
Really?
Yeah, no, there's nothing classy about that for me.
Oh, I love a
I
little
don't.
diamond there. But
Mm-mm.
I think you have to have like the right shaped nose. Like you have a good pointy nose, like what I would say like a white person nose. I have a fucking flat Filipino nose that the last thing I want to do is draw fucking attention to it.
Right, that makes perfect sense, but I still, I just.
And I had a friend the other day when I was at her house, her teenage daughter got a nose ring like right here.
Oh my god, you look like a fucking bull when they do that. I
Right.
hate that.
So
And
she,
I hate it when they do both.
I hate it. So she says to me, Miss Sabrina, do you like my new nose piercing? And I just like I had seen it and I was choosing not to say anything and I didn't want to respond because I can't lie.
No.
But thankfully her mother was like, it looks trashy. And I was like, okay, thank you. Yes, it does. You
Right.
should have just gotten just a little dot. So by the end of the day, she went back and she got the little cute one and it looked great.
Okay.
No, I don't think I wouldn't want my kids to do it.
You want that, you better be moved out of the house.
Right. And I know like sweet little beautiful Amaris wants to get a nose piercing. And I think she's beautiful just the way it is. And like the mom in me wants to say, don't do it, you're so pretty.
yes.
Just like when Ethan got his tattoo, I was okay with him doing it. When the tattoo artist started,
This is gonna be,
Ethan.
this is gonna be
Goodness gracious.
awesome for the video.
But when they started tattooing into his skin,
Mm-hmm.
I started to cry a little bit because he's so perfect. Like
Aww.
so I don't want
because
to
it's your baby.
yeah, I don't want any tattoos or piercings or anything on his face. And like Amaris is such a pretty girl, you don't
You don't want any of the,
Yeah.
don't change.
yeah. So like but Lorelai wants a piercing on her cartilage
Mhm.
and I told her she could do that.
Okay.
I did it when I was younger. Actually, I didn't do it. I bought one of those fake ones.
Okay.
It grew into my ear. And my dad had to put me in a fucking headlock
Oh my god.
and take needle nose pliers
And,
and rip it off my ear. And he's like, that's what you fucking get.
yes.
Yeah.
Because he didn't let you have one, did he?
No, no way.
No.
We were allowed one piercing in our ears.
And that was
that's it.
Yep.
We weren't allowed multiple,
Nope.
nothing else.
Exactly.
Now, I did pierce my tongue when I was 18.
Yeah.
And I had told them for a whole year that I was going to pierce my tongue. And I didn't mention it weeks before I turned 18, and I had it done. Came home for dinner. They had made Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Now my tongue is now like this big. It's about 2 inches thick. Right. So now I'm like taking my sandwich and like shoving it to the side of my mouth, hoping that they don't notice.
Right.
I was still a senior in high school for a week because my birthday is in June.
Right.
We don't graduate until the second or third week of
August.
in June.
Oh, in June. Okay.
Yeah. So my dad saw my tongue piercing on my graduation day, refused to take a picture of me. My little sister Caroline was maybe 2 or 3 years old, maybe 4, and kept saying, "Can I see your tongue? Can I see your tongue?" So
Oh.
I went out that night, and when I came home that morning, my dad said, "You either move out or you take it out."
Wow.
So I had my tongue pierced for all of a week.
And then you took it out.
Then well, of course, I wasn't ready to move out yet.
No.
So, his rules, his house, so and then I got it done a couple years later. I think I've had it done twice.
Okay.
And my grandmother and my Lola assumed I was a lesbian. She said only lesbians had their tongue pierced.
What?
Yeah, that's what she believed.
Well, it does help with the flicking.
Gross.
No, it's not. It's not. It's really
What's your
not.
favorite color?
Purple.
Purple? Mine's probably blues.
Okay.
I wear a lot of blues, I think. Nate's favorite color is purple. Can you whistle? Can you do this thing? That's good.
Yeah.
Natalie can do it really loud.
Oh, she can.
I can't. This is my whistle. Oh yeah, you have a strong one.
Mhm.
And I can't do the thing with the fingers. I'm not sure if you're just putting your fingers to your mouth or actually making a sound.
I don't know either, but it looks good.
It looks like you're doing it. Where were you born?
Woodridge, Virginia.
Is there a Navy base there or Army base or? That's just-
Quantico Marine base down in Dumfries.
Oh, okay. All right. I was born in California.
Oh,
Navy base.
Oh. I would not.
Yeah.
I would not take you to be born in California.
Yeah, I lived there until I was 5.
Really?
Mhm.
Thank God you got out.
Yeah, I was a California baby up until I was 5, and then we moved to Brunswick, New Jersey, where
Oh, good God.
the sun never fucking shines.
Never.
Ever. We only lived there for a year, but I literally don't remember one sunny day.
So you went from sunny California
Mhm.
to the armpit of the fucking United States.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then to Virginia Beach and lived there my whole life. Yeah.
Virginia Beach was just a half of a step up from Jersey.
No, Virginia Beach is great.
Okay.
Like growing up there was fucking great. Even still, it's we grew up in a beach town,
Okay.
so it was.
Kind of like Cocoa Beach. I mean, I guess I've only been to Virginia Beach like once or twice.
I would say that it's. I don't know if I've spent enough time in Cocoa Beach to compare it. For me, Virginia Beach is better than any beach town I've been to in Florida, just because of the way that the strip is set up in Virginia Beach, the hotels, the putt-putt, the boardwalk is huge. I feel like every place in Florida, they sold the real estate before they developed the plan.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like Virginia Beach is blocks and blocks and blocks of a resort town,
Right.
where in Florida it's itty bitty pockets here and there and there. So I prefer Virginia Beach. Let's see. Brothers or sisters?
One sister, older, 8 years.
Oh, that's a big age gap.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Ethan and Lorelai.
Yeah.
How does that work out for you guys?
She was adopted first, and then I came along.
No, I mean like relationship wise.
We hated each other as kids
Mm-hmm.
because not only are we 8 years apart, but we're both girls, so
Right.
that doesn't work out so well.
Yeah. I have this whole study on birth order that I'd like to question you about one day.
Okay.
Because it changed for our family a little bit.
But you also have to remember, so like technically, so I'm kind of weird. Physically, I'm the oldest sibling, but because I was adopted, I grew up as the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do like some of those things, technically I'm the oldest,
Right.
but I was brought up as the youngest, so I don't know which way you actually take it.
Well, I think, and also if you think about it too, then there's a time where you were an only child because she is 8 years older than you.
Oh
right?
yeah, she moved
So you
out.
go from being the youngest to the only child position, which
Mhm.
is similar to say like my kids. Like my son was an only child for 9 years.
right.
Then he goes to the oldest, and then Lorelai is the youngest. But then when Ethan goes away to school and moves out, she'll be an only
Only
child
child, yep.
and the oldest.
Yep.
So it's funny how it all shifts, and there's just great. Like I did this blog about it years ago where I talk about my own sisters because I have to count 5 sisters and 1 brother,
Okay.
but 4 of us are close in age. Then
Right.
there's an age gap too. So as some of them transitioned out of the house,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm a middle child, and I'm definitely a middle child when you look at the personality of it, but I was a favorite child, which then puts you in the position of
Like
the oldest child, right? So it's fucking crazy when and then when the 2 older ones left, I became the oldest of the littles.
Right.
So then I am the oldest sister to my little sister, and the 2 other ones and my brother. So it's just interesting. We'll have to do this whole thing.
Oh
about it.
yes.
Because
Def-
you really kind of jump into these different roles.
right.
Unlike Nate, who
Is the baby of
baby
everyone.
and only child. And
Right.
he is a classic only child,
Yes.
which is crazy.
And yet he married a bully. I don't
I
understand.
know. Probably because he likes to be bossed around. This might violate some HIPAA issues, but it says 29. Have you had surgeries?
I've never had a surgery.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Nope.
So nothing.
Nope. The only thing I have done was when I was 9, I found an old skateboard and I laid down on it flat on my stomach and I had someone pushing me, and you know how the sidewalk blocks, some of them are higher and lower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was one that was higher and had a stick out of it, and then they were pushing me and didn't realize. So not only did I clip my chin, but this stick go through my mouth
Uh-huh.
right here, and I ended up getting like
Can you
20.
see it?
A little
Let me
bit.
see. Oh yeah, you can right there. Just a
Uh-huh.
little. It looks
Just-
like a fingernail.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the only thing I've ever really happened.
Nice.
And then I have, now this is going to sound really, really bad, but it's not as bad as it sounds. I have cigarette burns.
Multiple?
So I ran into a cigarette there when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
Straight up, I ran into it, was playing around, and then I have one on my foot where someone was holding me and dropped a cigarette on my foot.
Were your parents abusing you?
No, they weren't.
Let's really hash this out. Nobody has multiple cigarette burns unless they were living in an episode
No,
of Special Victims Unit.
No, I'm telling you, it just,
Thank
Needless
God
to
for
say,
you,
I'm
people are
allergic to
vaping now.
right?
Right? Life is a lot simpler for you.
Or safer.
Right, safer for you. I mean, I've had childbirth, which isn't, honestly, that was cheating. I had 2 C-sections, so.
Yeah, so that wasn't even
Yeah.
surgery. Well, I guess it is.
I mean, it's surgery, but whatever. I mean, it
Okay.
wasn't difficult for me.
well, yeah, it is. They pulled a child out of your stomach. I mean, that's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was piece cake.
Oh.
It really wasn't. I'd like to take some sympathy. I'm all for sympathy.
Well,
but,
we know.
yeah, but no, it was a piece cake. I've had gastric bypass and
You did that one to yourself.
yeah, tummy tuck and my boobs done. But I've
Yeah.
never broken anything.
No.
I got stitches one time on my hand, but it was really kind of sympathy, the doctor said, right here.
Oh, okay.
And it's because I thought there was an alligator chasing me in the water, and I went to step up on the back of the boat and smash my hand in between the ladder and the boat,
Ow.
and told the ER that it was an alligator attack, and I got seen immediately, and the guy was like, "That's
Not enough.
it." So he gave me 2 stitches.
He's
More-
like, look, here you go.
right, yeah, that's all I've ever had. Yeah, are you religious at all?
That is a very interesting question. So, I am not a fan of organized religion,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean I'm not necessarily religious, and I kind of toggle on
Mhm.
it. Like I have my doubts and I believe, and
So kind of like me and Ghost.
yes,
Yeah.
kind of. Which is kind of funny because if you think about it, it's kind of one and the same.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, right. If there's a spiritual world.
Right, but like believing that you have to go to church and that sort of stuff, no. And you know, Dion is he's religious, but we don't go to church, right? And
Right.
and he's read and studied the Bible and you know that sort of stuff, and we've had long conversations. And my biggest thing is I find organized religion to be very hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand that. And then Dion goes and he tells me, he's like, well, you know, that was Jesus's biggest complaint was there were these apostles in his church that were being hypocrites and you know that sort of stuff and taking his father's name in vain, and you know, so I was like, well, that's interesting, but I believe more of it when you break it down, but not necessarily when you go to church and you've got someone instilling their own personal message through the Word of God.
Right.
And that I cannot deal with.
Right.
I won't. I'm like,
Well, I think that's very similar to the way that you feel about the way that people interpret the Constitution, right? I mean, the Constitution was written hundreds and hundreds of years ago or whenever it was fucking written, and now we're interpreting it to today's time where the Bible's the same way, right? Somebody wrote it and now we're trying to still interpret it.
right.
And what people say all the time, well, you know, well, that was back then.
Right, but that's what it's for.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I don't believe in this. You have to go to church and be this perfect person and da 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 da. And it's so interesting because Kanye West just came out with a new album, and it's a religious album,
Yeah.
right? And you would not believe the type of backlash that he's gotten for this
Right.
from Christians.
Right.
And I'm going, then you're not a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're a Christian, you're supposed to accept everyone.
What's their argument against it?
His past. Because, Kanye West is, he has done lots of albums that are derogatory
Mm-hmm.
in different facets. He has done lots of drugs, lots of sexual partners, in his wild days,
Mm-hmm.
right? But now they're saying, well, he's not a real Christian. You can't say that he's not a real Christian
Right.
because he found God.
Right.
It's no different than someone who was in jail, for a crime and then ended up finding God in jail and reforming himself.
Right. And I think what I've heard about this new album that he's released is not from the Christian side attacking him, but from the rap and hip hop community attacking him, of trying to use his influence in their industry to now sell a religious album. And they're trying to say to him, like, pick one lane, right? You're either hip hop or you're a Christian artist. Well, why can't he be both? And
Exactly.
there was another rapper, was it Mace even or Nas, that went the religious route, that used to record with P Diddy or Puff Daddy.
I have no clue.
I think it was Mace. but
Okay.
he did the same thing. Like, he was a big time '80s rap, like, or '90s hip hop. You would know some of his songs.
Okay.
The songs that he used to do with P Diddy were like "You Can't Hold Me Down."
Okay. Right.
And then he went the religious route, and the album didn't do as well. And so then he tried to go into rap, and they were like, "Well, you can't do both." Well, like you're saying, why can't you?
Right. Because I'm sorry, then if you can't do both, country needs
Right.
a fucking wake up call, because this pop
Oh,
country.
good point. Right.
I'm sorry, stay in your own fucking lane.
Right.
Because this pop country has ruined country music.
Right. Like, I really can't stand the ones that Tim McGraw is doing with rappers and all. I don't like it.
No, because it's not country.
Yeah, I'm not down
And there's
for it.
no soul. And if I hear one more song about a fucking truck,
Well, that's all country music's about. My truck, my dog, and my beer.
this new country, that's all it's about.
No, even back in the day, it is still about
But
their
they
fucking
did, yeah, but it wasn't, it was done with fucking heart.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's not the honky tonk, boot scoot boogie, but I would say like more the tight jeans, expensive trucks that people are just kind of faking their way into country.
Right, and that's just not country.
Yeah.
And
And the other thing I would say about Kanye is, I don't know so much about him having a party lifestyle as across the white America. We probably know him as somebody who has said terrible fucking things about, like, George Bush, right?
yeah.
He was well known for saying George Bush doesn't like black people, and for saying other things and not supporting the president, and then all of a sudden supporting Donald Trump.
Right.
So, and he's also been known for having these tantrums on television and on live TV, where now people don't want to believe that he is a holy man that's found forgiveness and all this other stuff, where that's his journey and he can
do what he wants with it.
right
And that's just human nature.
right
We all are on a path, and at any point in your path, you are meant to learn a new message. You're supposed
Right.
to learn something new. That is the whole point of the journey. Because if you don't learn anything, you're stuck.
right. Now, I heard a review on his album the other day, and I heard it wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
Not that the messaging wasn't there, but just the overall album wasn't good. And then I tried to listen to it the other day, and I wasn't into it. There's like one song that has a choir singing with him,
Okay.
and I think if he wasn't on it, it'd be even better. Like, the choir was really good.
Okay.
I could do without him.
Gotcha.
And when it comes to religion for us, we're I believe in religion, and I believe. Well, I don't know if I do or not. I don't know. I still pray.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I'm praying to exactly.
Okay.
I don't know if somebody's actually listening. The older I've gotten, the more I've prayed not for myself but for others,
Right.
and to be sure to be mindful and thankful for everything I have.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not into, say, like what you said, like the Catholic Church. The fact that, like, my old boss, he cheated on his wife, he did all this, blah, 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 blah. He's forgiven within that realm
Right.
because he asked for forgiveness. Meanwhile, the gays are all going to fucking hell.
Right. But
You cheated on your wife for years,
Mm-hmm.
but you're a better person because you cheated with a woman?
Right. You still
Yeah,
committed
I got a-
adultery,
yeah, I
which
got a
is still
problem with
one
that.
of the 10
Right,
commandments.
it is, right. And within the Catholic Church, they've made exceptions to it, where divorce is now okay if you get it approved by the church. Now you have to pay for it.
And that's really what it boils
Right.
down to.
So
and
I don't
that's
like all that.
and that's the hypocrisy of
Right.
it. So, and I told Dion this one time, I go, it's almost why I kind of like traditional Jewish religion better than I do Christianity, because the Old Testament, it's clear.
Right.
You don't do this, you don't do this, can do this, da 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 da. You've got these rules and it's all set out, and this is what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
There's no ands, ifs, or buts, or blah,
Right.
blah, blah. None of that. And it is clear across the board.
Mhm.
But then you get to Christianity, it's like, oh, we kind of forgive you for this. And then it's kind of like, what?
Right.
And I get it. People change.
Right.
And then you should not be suffering. So there's part of me that's like, the analytical in me goes, wait a minute, no, they should be the black and white.
Right.
But then there's the emotional side of me that goes, well, so it's a battle between my head and my heart.
Right. Right. What do you think about when people put out there, like, they ask for silent prayer requests
Absolutely.
on Facebook?
What do you mean on Facebook?
So you don't have friends like that will just, like, say if I just posted one day, silent prayer request,
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
that people want people to pray for them, that they're going through something, but they're not willing to put it out there to say what it is. So I see that all the time, and I'm like,
Well,
I don't even know what I'm supposed to send out there.
Right.
What do you need? Do you need healing? Do you need understanding? Do you need forgiveness? Do you need money?
You need common sense.
Right. Like, what are we silently praying for?
Right.
And why do we have to put it out there on Facebook? Why not just say, my husband's being a dick and I'm about to kill him. Please say a prayer for him. Right.
I don't know. I've never had to deal with that. So
I see people all the time on
really,
silent prayer requests. And for me, it feels like it's almost fishing of,
I'm looking. Like they're fishing for prayers to maybe help their situation. Like, I guess part of kind of like being in a prayer group, right?
right. Yeah.
But at least when you're going in a prayer group, you tell somebody what's going on, and the message gets received saying, oh, Susie Q is going through a hard time right now with
Right.
business is down or whatever, the marriage is rocky, and then everybody prays, right?
Right.
So at least they're telling you, it's not just kind of like out there for everyone.
Yeah, I don't understand what to do on silent prayer requests. I'm just gonna be honest.
I don't do anything. If I've ever seen it, I have scrolled by it,
Right.
because prayers should come from people that are close to you.
Right.
I mean, now mind you, prayed for people like in the Bahamas and
Right.
major disasters and that sort of stuff, because I would never wish bad upon
Yeah,
anybody,
right.
right? But with some random person on my Facebook, and I'm like, I don't know what you are, or what you're doing, what.
Mhm.
Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah. I don't understand what to do. Most of the time, I just kind of say in my head pretty quickly, like,
Hope you're okay.
yeah, please Lord, help so and so, and that's it. But I just feel like if I need prayers, and is it helpful to have 100 people praying for you more than just me going direct to them?
I don't know.
I mean, why can't I just go to him directly? And he's like, nope, I'm gonna need you to get 100 more signatures
right?
before I listen to you.
This is not a petition.
Right. So why?
And not only that, but you know what? And here's the other thing. You can pray to God, right? Or whatever you believe in, but you're supposed to be going through what you're going through for a reason.
Right. I do like that saying where it's like, or there's a country song that says unanswered, talks about God's unanswered prayers
Right.
and how thankful he was for the
Mhm.
unanswered prayers. Because like you said, you are going through what you're supposed to go through.
Right. That is like the meme that says, "Dear God, why did you put me in the rocky water?"
Right.
And it's because your enemies cannot swim.
Right.
So you are meant to be there. So even, and it's not necessarily unanswered.
Right.
You just have not found or seen the answer because you've not come out on the other side yet.
Right. So Jen went through a moment, and she'll have to share it with you, where her paths crossed this lady that just got out of rehab,
Mm-hmm.
and Jen got to, by coincidence, spend an hour with this lady, right? And she called and told me about it, and I said, you know, the crazy thing is, if you didn't go through the end of your marriage the way you did,
Mm-hmm.
you would have never crossed paths with this lady, who then by the end of it said, I can't believe I met you, and I'm going to be thinking about you. And this woman was struggling with sobriety and addiction and all this other stuff. And I told Jen, I said, you know, maybe you were meant to do these things. As hard as it was for your marriage to end, and you feel like, how could all this stuff happen to me? Well, maybe God put it on you because he knows that you're strong enough
Right.
to come out the other side,
Yeah.
and that your path would cross this lady, and you'd have a story to now share with her.
Right. And you'd have some experience.
Right. Which she wouldn't have had.
No, because if she was still with her
Right.
previous husband, she would have probably never crossed the
Right.
next path, or if she did, she wouldn't have been there for the right reason.
Right. And maybe your moment on this earth isn't, or even my moment isn't so much about me, but the people you come across that can make a big difference in their life, right?
Right.
You know, I think we all can't help but wonder, why me, why me, why me? Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's,
Why them?
yeah.
It's
right?
not always about me.
Right. Which is, it's hard for us people to
To
understand
accept,
that, right?
right, yeah.
Even myself, of, you know, well, I don't want to have to go through this shit for some lady that I met in the car.
Right. But you don't see it that way.
Right, yeah. Yeah. All right, what about a shower or a bath?
Shower?
Do you ever take baths?
Very rarely.
Some people are grossed out by them.
I'm not grossed out by them. Like, if I'm sore, nice bubble bath and throw some Epsom salts in there and relax and that sort of thing. But then I take a shower afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick does the same thing. If he takes a bath, and he's only taking a bath if I'm getting in the bath. If not, he's not getting in the fucking bathtub. But then he'll want to shower afterwards.
Yeah, you don't know.
I'm a filthy animal. I'm all
You are.
about, yeah, I just feel like
I'm like, this feels good and I'm relaxed. And then I'm like, all right, now I gotta take a shower.
yeah. That's funny. Are you a gambler?
Nope.
Nope, me neither.
Nope.
Are you loyal?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. How many TVs are in your house?
Oh, good God. Are we gonna count the ones that are hooked up or the ones that are in the fucking closet?
I want both.
You want both. All right, let me see which ones are hooked up. We got the one in the basement, one in the living room. Okay, so hooked up in our house, we only have 3.
Okay.
And at one time we had 4 when Mason lived with us, so there's only 4. So let's see, we've got those 4. I've seen 1, 5, there was 6, 7. I'd say about 8 TVs total hooked up, and like, not including Pam's house.
Right.
Pam's small house has got 2 TVs. There's one on the wall in the living room, and then one over in the kitchen, and that was set up for Mason as well. But it's just sitting there and nobody uses it,
Right.
but it's still there. So counting that, we have a total of 10 TVs.
Goodness gracious.
And and I refuse.
And 3 people.
3 people.
Right.
And I refuse to have a TV in our bedroom.
You do.
Yes, we will never have a TV in our bedroom.
Yeah.
Because I am not the type of. The only time I like to watch TV in bed is if I am sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a TV in our room. I don't want to be that couple that watches TV in bed and just no.
Okay.
Nope. I go to bed. You turn it off. That's it.
Yeah. Some people are like die-hard TV sleepers, or they have to have
Right.
a TV to go to sleep.
And no, that keeps me up.
Yeah.
And it fucks with my mind, and I
Mhm.
can't like calm down and rest. And sometimes I even have to put my cell phone in another room
Oh.
because otherwise I'm just playing,
Right.
and then I can't sleep, and then even it being there sometimes can be very overwhelming, especially if I've been on it all day.
Right. Right.
Then I'm like, all right, you gotta go in another room. It's like cut off from
Mhm.
everything.
We have obviously the TV in the living room, a TV on the back patio, and then we had a TV in our guest room.
Oh wait, I forgot about the one on the patio.
Oh,
It makes
so you have
11.
11? Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
okay.
we have 3.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids don't have TVs in their room. We didn't have a TV in our room for a long time, but then when we got this new sofa, Nate and I got into falling asleep out here,
Mm-hmm.
and we were sleeping out here in the living room while watching TV for a long time, for like
Oh.
months.
Wow.
So much so where we were kidding around like we should just Airbnb our half of the house out because we weren't sleeping in our rooms.
Right.
So then I said, well, why don't we move the TV from the guest room into our room? So now we do have a TV in our bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't watch it every night.
Well, that's good.
It just depends. But I always do have a sound playing.
Do you?
So when we go to sleep, I play like the Dateline podcast
Mm-hmm.
because it's the host talking
Mm-hmm.
and the sounds of their voices make me go to sleep. And I just turn it upside down so the light's not bothering me.
And then you just
Yeah,
see that would drive me crazy because
I just listen to it.
something would click and I would hear something and then I would wake up and it would just.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Dion has his his vape battery charger, and that thing is really light is really bright. I even have to shove that under the bed,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, I like dark, quiet, just like a nice little cocoon.
Right.
Yeah.
So you like
No
so
senses, no senses. Everything shuts down.
Is Dion a snorer? Do you hear him snoring?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Does it drive you crazy?
He sleeps in another room for right now until he gets
Oh,
his
he
sleep.
does?
Yeah. So, well, it's not permanent or anything. It's because he has to go get a sleep study.
Okay.
And what's been happening is we'll go to sleep, and in the middle of the night he'll start snoring, and it gets so bad that I have to get up in the middle of the night and end up in another room.
That's funny.
So I go, we can't do this. I'm like, because then I wake up and for the love of God, you cannot wake Dion up in the middle of the night. Now you
Uh-huh.
can, but he's a fucking dick.
Is he a grumpy person?
Oh my gosh, he is so mean and grumpy. He's like, rah, 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 da, da, da. And he has no memory of it. So I go to the other room. And now I'm like, you just sleep downstairs.
I know a lot of people that sleep in separate rooms because of snoring.
Yeah.
Because it's impossible for them to fall asleep.
Yeah. It's, well, even not falling asleep, it waking you up.
Oh,
And it fucks with my sleep.
oh yeah.
So I can go to sleep and we'll go to sleep and then he'll start snoring and I'm like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you. I was sleeping so good and then.
See, my
Yeah.
husband snores like a maniac and it doesn't bother me at all. Now we have friends that refuse to sleep in a hotel room with us
I don't blame them.
because it has kept them up all night.
Mm-hmm.
We have friends that it's sleeping in the same house with them
Mm-hmm.
where Nate's snoring has just echoed through the house.
Right.
And he went to bed before I did one time, and I'm sitting there talking to somebody, and they were like, "Do you not hear that?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Your husband is snoring in the room."
right.
And I was like, "No, I didn't even notice that." And I went right down and laid next to him
And
and
then,
able to fall asleep. He has never woken me up. snoring.
wow. That's just craziness.
It works out perfectly for us.
Right.
If I make a fucking noise, especially when I was overweight and I snored, that
Mhm.
fucker would wake me up.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
Or if I'm listening to a podcast when he's trying to go to bed, could you turn that down? Like, I have to listen to it on high because you're snoring. But
you
I
know
know,
he's bitching.
right, that it's loud. Well, it's loud because I can't hear it.
Because you're fucking snoring.
Right.
And then he bitches at you for it.
Yeah, and if I was to try to sleep in another room, he wouldn't like that. He'd want to come with me wherever I was going.
Oh, no,
Like,
no,
he
no.
doesn't like, if he falls asleep on the couch and it's Ethan and I out here watching TV and he's snoring, if we try to send him to bed, it's grumps. It's like,
Oh.
I wasn't even asleep.
There you are.
Yeah, we're like, you missed half a fucking episode. Go to sleep. Whatever. He'll get so mad. But if
That's
I
hilarious.
snored, he'd wake me up in a second.
Now, see, I used to wake up, Dion, and then I just realized it's not worth it.
Right. They
I've
are
got,
so grumps.
I've got 3 other bedrooms.
Right.
I can go sleep somewhere else.
Yeah. What's the worst pain ever?
Emotional pain.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah.
Your own, or like for me, it's not my pain as much as I don't like to see Nate hurt.
Right.
Like he has to give himself a shot every
Mhm.
week in his leg for his cholesterol medicine. And when they had changed his meds and he did the new one for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
he was in front of me when he did it, and instantly I could see it in his face,
The pain.
and I started to cry.
Oh.
And he was like, it's okay. And I was like, please don't ever do that in front of me again. Like,
Right.
I can't see you like that. That bothers me. Now my own pain, I don't care. Don't be a
Pussy.
Yeah, don't do that. My son was in the room, so I didn't say don't do it.
This
but-
is still not a safe space.
Right. Either not a safe space, run. But I think emotional pain is definitely worse
Oh,
than
God,
any
yes.
physical pain. Of course, this is coming from 2 bitches that have never broken anything before, so
Yeah, this is true. So, I don't know. I mean, I've got bad arthritis.
I've had some really bad cramps before.
Oh my gosh. I've had some cramps that women have, when I explained it to them, they were like, that sounds like contractions. They're like, you sound like you were going into labor. I was like, well, if I ever have children, I got this shit.
I like those videos where it shows that they've attached men
Yes.
to the electrodes or whatever it is
Yes.
that makes them feel like they're in labor pains.
Mm-hmm.
However, I've never had a labor pain either.
Oh, that's right.
I've never, even
But you had to have contractions
Nope.
before.
never, because Ethan was an emergency C-section.
Now, what about Lorelai?
It was a planned C-section.
So you didn't have any
I've
contractions?
never had a single contraction. My water's
Mm.
never broke. I have no idea what going into labor is.
Okay.
Yeah, the day that I delivered Ethan was just a normal fucking day that my blood pressure spiked to like 2 something over 114. And so they said, all right, we have to do a C-section. So no labor.
Right.
And then 9 years later, it was pick a date. So I picked a date. I have no fucking clue what that feels like. I definitely cheated on all of that.
Yeah, you did. You totally
Yeah.
cheated. So from what I've heard though is that the contractions are actually the most painful part.
I
Like
think
aside
so.
from the stretching,
Right.
Pam said it burns from the stretching because she had Dion with no drugs.
I can say, how big was Dion when he was
Like
born?
10 pounds, 9 or 10 pounds. That fucker was huge.
I have a friend that has 2 sons, and they're about Dion's size, and they were born at almost 2 fucking feet long.
Right.
And so instead of inches,
Right.
she gave birth to a 24-inch child,
Holy shit!
and being 10, 12-pound boys too.
Woo! They can't put that back together.
No, right?
No.
Right? Probably why she's been single ever since then.
Oh my gosh.
But that's what I heard overnight when I delivered Ethan. Women giving birth
Mm-hmm.
and the screaming
Uh-huh.
that went along with it of like 1, 2, 3, push, and then you'd hear, ah!
Yeah.
And then I did the cross over myself, and I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, fucking Jesus.
That's why I said delivering was easy for me. I mean, I
Right.
had fucking stitches across my stomach, and that was it.
Right. What was it? There's a Golden Girls episode. They were in a hospital or whatever. They're like, oh my God, why are they screaming? And Sophia goes, because they're awake. They're conscious.
Right.
And they're pushing a fucking 10-pound baby out of a hole this big. So let me tell you what happened. So Pam had posted, my mother-in-law posted this video of Mason and Lennox when they were really younger and cute and running around. I was like, oh, well maybe she might want, a grandchild, because considering we live together. And then I was scrolling through Facebook, and then 3 posts later was a post of the diameters on a board, and then I saw how big 10 centimeters was. I went, oh, fuck no. No. That's as big as that whole fucking area.
Yeah, I don't
I was
know
like-
how they do it.
Oh my God. Well, your body just fucking opens up like a Venus flytrap.
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know either.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
heard that you go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, you shit yourself.
I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah, that's why don't sign me up for that shit.
No.
Do you just imagine how embarrassing that is?
At that point, you don't care. You don't.
And I don't think that they
You-
know it's happening because everything's numb.
Right. So not only do you not know it's happening, and it's
Nate would tell me.
we told
Nate
you,
would fucking tell me, and he'd
But
tell
that's-
everybody.
but that's not the worst part.
No, I'd probably tell everybody.
You want to know what the worst part? No, wait. They still have to pull the afterbirth out after you.
Yeah.
So once you've had the baby, that's great. Now the afterbirth has got to come out
It's
as well.
fucking disgusting.
And I've heard that can hurt just as bad as giving birth.
I don't know. I feel like my face shows how disgusted I am. by this
It
whole thing.
does. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. Don't do it.
No, oh, fuck.
I mean, you're still in child rearing ages. You could
So
still
are
do-
you.
No, fuck no, I'm not.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
hold on,
not.
shut the door.
You're not near. Yeah, you are. You can, if I can still have a baby, you can still
I'm
have a baby.
39 years old. Go
And
away.
I'm 37.
You're
No.
closer than me. I got an 18-year-old child.
Yeah, and
Not giving birth to a baby anytime soon.
no.
Do you like to dance?
Yes,
Me too.
I do.
I
But
wish-
I don't have a husband that likes to or can.
But he danced when we went to the ball.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one time a year.
I
It's worth all the volunteer hours.
I wish that they would come back out with like dance halls and stuff.
That would be so awesome.
Because
wouldn't
where do
it?
people go to dance now?
Clubs, and it's smoky and everybody's drunk and it's not fun.
And have you been to a club lately? Because I took,
No, because I'm old.
well, we all took our
Because
sons.
I'm out of childbirthing area.
Right. We all took our sons in June to a club,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that he was going to feel uncomfortable there. No. We were so fucking old to be there. It was ridiculous. We were so old.
We took Colton a couple years back. I think he was like 19. We took him
Mm-hmm.
to the club, and it ended up being Southern Nights, which was my old club.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, because I was in Orlando, I went to school in Orlando and all that stuff. So we went to Southern Nights, and Colton and his 2 other friends and me and Dion, and so we go in, and Colton's all kind of nervous and whatever, and I'm like, hey, let's get some drinks. We want some of this. We're gonna go over here, and
Right.
we're gonna go dance. And I didn't feel old at all.
You didn't.
No.
We definitely felt old. They weren't playing music that we knew. It was the only way I can repeat it was like
Oh.
over and over again. And Ethan and his friends were just moving like this.
And that was it?
And
Okay, that's lame.
we went, but no, they were all into it. So it's
They all were into
the entire
this.
fucking club was like,
They-
but
they-
their bodies were all moving in sync. Like they knew what to do. Meanwhile, Jen, Jamie, another mom, and I, and Nate are all standing there like,
What,
Where are the fucking words, first of all? And
the music?
my body doesn't know what to do.
This? Like, what is...
Right, like I can't.
And I'm going to say this is going to sound wrong, but it's almost like a Heil Hitler.
Right, well, they were, I'm sure, well, that's because I think that's my move. I got made fun of this weekend for being a zombie with Hitler arms. Because I think my arms go straight up. But
Well, most arms do go straight up.
right, but they were bouncing like this.
Uh-huh.
And so then we moved in, and it was at 10:30, and I was like, oh, God, he really loves it. We're going to be here for hours.
Oh.
And I'm sober, right? I'm sober and
Woo.
now stuck in a club. We thought we looked hot until we're in the bathroom, and this girl says to me, oh, my God, you look so nice. Don't you look... You look so nice. You look like you're going to church. And she was like, you must think I look so trashy. And she was like in a bathing suit top and little shorts. And I just looked at her and I said, please stop talking to me. Please stop fucking talking to me.
You look nice.
Because I looked well enough that it disturbed my son. He made me change like 3 fucking times that night.
That's part of it.
But to this girl, I looked like I was going to fucking church. I don't know what her mama dresses like to go to church, but my titties were out.
Yeah.
But just her telling us, like, oh, look at you, you ladies. Looks, I was like, I fucking hate my life at this
I'm
moment.
like, I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
And you should look there and say, and you too, honey, when you get old, will get to look nice too.
Right. Let me go grab my sweater for you.
And by the way, I'm going to go order a $50 bottle
Right.
glass of scotch that you couldn't even dream of affording.
Well, that's what most of the people couldn't drink in there, right? And so then we go to the front half of the club
Mm-hmm.
where the DJ thankfully noticed we were all middle-aged women
Mm-hmm.
and changed it to 90s hip hop and shoop and
Right.
Rump Shaker and Vanilla Ice. And so then we could all start dancing and having a great time. And then the boys were all on one side of the club and we were in the other.
And so they did that because they wanted you to have a good time because you're going to buy the alcohol.
Right. Well,
So-
yeah, pandering to a sober person, but yes.
But
And Jamie had smuggled Fireball in her pants.
she's okay. Jamie is past that age. You are at an age where you do not smuggle liquor into a bar.
She smuggled these little baggies of Fireball into her pants,
Are you?
which then started to leak. So by the end of the night,
She had fire
she
hair?
had fire crotch.
So she had fire pants.
Yeah. But I think she shared a little bit with Ethan and his friends at one point.
Oh my goodness.
So I like to dance, and I hope that they would open clubs back
I
up
wish
or
they would
dance
too.
halls.
Right.
Dance halls sound so old.
It really does.
But
you know what? So look, here's the thing I always say about it. You know, we're so old and all of this sort of stuff. So like when we went to the New Kids on the Block concert,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, I felt old. But guess what? With old comes luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Because we now have money.
Yeah.
We get to relax and be us. And yeah, things not shaking my titties around and guys aren't going around and harassing me and
Right.
all of that sort of stuff. And I get to enjoy the finer things in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'd rather much be on this side than in a dirty club
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out how to piss around 17 other drunk bitches who are
Yeah.
all fighting for the same douchebag.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I still love a dirty ass club or a raunchy ass bar. As long as it gives you a place to dance and have a good time.
Right.
I enjoy the fact that we all have money now and we don't have to, we don't have to become fire crotches if we don't want to, Jamie, FYI.
Yeah.
But
That's definitely how you don't get sex trafficked.
right, yeah. Or maybe it's enticing. Maybe somebody's into it. I just wish that they would create places like actual. We can call it clubs if you want to, but places for people to go and dance.
Right. And you have to be 25 and older.
That would be nice too.
Yes.
And you have to play the music that I want to
yes.
play.
The
all the
older
time.
crowd music.
Right.
because.
Oh God, we sound so old.
All right, let's move
All
on.
right, right. Number 39. Are your parents still alive?
Yep, all of them.
All of them, yeah. Just my dad passed away this year, but my mother and stepmoms are all still alive. Do you like camping?
I like camping in a trailer or a cabin.
You do?
Yes, I've gotten too old for a fucking tent.
Right.
Straight up. If I've got to crawl down to get to sleep, somebody better be picking me back up.
So then when you guys are camping in a trailer or cabin, are you cooking outside or are you cooking in the kitchen?
Both.
You are. I still kind of like primitive camping. Primitive as in a campsite, not
Okay.
in the middle of the fucking...
Right, understood.
Yeah.
We don't really go camping because Dion is like, again, he's like, I've aged out. If I want to go camping, I'm going to go camping at the Holiday Inn down the street.
At a
Or
resort.
at a resort. That's how we're going to do it.
Right.
He's like, I'm not going to spend money to be uncomfortable. He's like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm still into it. I'm still
Yeah.
into camping, but I've heard other people say that. Like, what? Why go sleep on the fucking floor when you can afford to sleep in? Why pretend to be homeless? Let's be real.
Right.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Why pretend to be homeless and eat a can
And-
of pork and beans over an open flame
And spend money
like a
to
hobo?
do it.
Yeah.
So the only way I could be like all about sleeping in a tent and all that sort of stuff is if we went really primitive. So the one thing I've always wanted to do is during the late spring, early summer,
Mhm.
is take a backpack and get on 4-wheelers and go up into like the Shenandoah Mountains and actually camp in the woods with
Right.
no electricity and no nothing. Like if we're gonna do primitive, we're gonna fucking
Yeah, that's
do
pure.
primitive.
That's 100% primitive camping.
But I'm not gonna go pay a site and hook up electric and be around a bunch of other people I may not like
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing there. You guys
Right.
sit there, everybody sits around their own fire pit. And they drink, and then they walk around and talk to other drunk people, and that's the extent of it. And then you throw the kids in the pool. That's no, I can do that at home.
Right.
So and be around people I like.
Mhm.
So, but if we were to do that and go see something great, like beautiful water, falls, or gorgeous fort, do you know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
Like something pretty, and exciting, then I'm on board.
Mm-hmm.
But just to go to a KOA, no.
See, I'm into it. I like camping.
Do you?
Yeah.
No.
I like it. I like sitting around the campfire. I like cooking around the campfire around those little propane
Mhm.
tanks. The board games that people are playing outside. My stepmom used to bring like a book of short stories
Mm-hmm.
and read it around the campfire or play flashlight tag. We haven't been in a few years since I think Lorelai was probably 2 years old, but it's a lot of fun. I like, it's dirty, it's messy, it's
Yes.
fucking hot,
Yep.
but I do kind of like the simplicity of it.
I do too. So I like the campfire, the cooking around, and all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. But
No, we've never been ones to like get drunk and talk to other people. Like, no, our version of camping, and I think even when the boys went, it was different, but is just our family. It's just us. We're not
Right.
there to meet fucking people or wander around. So it's just us. Plus, you don't want to walk around at night. There's fucking murderers in the woods.
not at a KOA. You've got fucking 16 people on either side of you. That ruins it for me. Like when you have all those neighbors and you're camping, that's not really camping. I mean, it's
See, I've
camping in
never-
a complex.
Yeah, I've never been somewhere where they're right on top of each other.
Oh my moms go camping. They take their RV, but you end up with neighbors.
Yeah, especially seeing the RV section because it's kind of like a parking lot.
Yeah.
But at a KOA, like the last time I went to a KOA was for my father's 60th. My sisters and I, there were nobody else next to us in our tent area.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had 3 sites that we had picked out that
Right.
were just surrounded by us. So you didn't have a ton of people. Now
Right.
up by the cabins where my dad stayed, then it
Yeah.
is kind of like what you
Right.
said, where it's just people on top of people. But where we were, where the tents go, it's still kind of secluded.
Okay.
I don't really get the point of camping in a parking lot with a bunch of other people.
I've never got that either. My mom's likes to do it. Now, when I was growing up, my mom in Virginia, we had it was an RV and it was parked and it was
Mhm.
parked in a lot, and it was this place called Four Winds, and it was a campground, right? But you had to be a member to get in. So, and you paid a monthly lot thing, and you can go year round and whatever. And it was like over 500 acres.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you had a neighbor and you had a neighbor and you had streets and everybody knew everybody. And there was a teen center and a pool and playgrounds, and there was adult area down by the river where they drink and bullshit. You could go four-wheeling, you could drive a golf cart around. But what was the greatest thing was it was really enclosed, and so my mom said, go have fun.
Right.
Nothing was to worry about. Everybody knew everybody. So if I fucked up, by the time I got back to my camper, my ass was already dead.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only was my mom there, but my uncle was there as well. And my uncle knew everybody.
Right.
So the only area I was never allowed to go to was down by the river.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only place I could go anywhere else. But she didn't have to worry.
Right.
You ran and you did your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, which was pretty cool.
Right, yeah. I
That
like that.
kind of camping I like.
Right. That outdoor activity. Nobody has their cell phones. Nobody
No,
has, they
there were
didn't
no
have
cell phones,
back then,
right?
yeah. I like that. And look, our neighbors just bought an RV and they were out there. They got a projector, so they were watching the game on the side.
Uh-huh.
So there's like the part where they just took from sitting in their house all weekend to taking their kids out, but
They're still doing the same thing inside.
yeah, but I think that there's a different feeling to it. So as weird as I think it is to just go and line it up, when I was watching their Instagram this weekend, just a couple pics that they had posted when they finally left yesterday was the boys were all outside. The boys were all, most of everything they were doing was outside. And I
Right.
was like, all right, well then I get that
Yeah.
it could be fun, and I like that it's an outdoor activity and they're not inside playing video games. They're not outside doing that. And I'm down, like I told, invite me out there. I'll give it a shot and see.
Right.
Maybe I will love it.
Well, you know what I did to Josh and Lily one time? So they came to visit on the farm,
Mm-hmm.
and I had stuff to do outside. I said, you guys are not staying inside this house, and you're not playing video games, and you're not gonna, and I said, give me your phones, because you're not gonna sit on the porch.
Right.
They took their phones. So I said, go outside. You're gonna go play. Don't go inside the house. And if either one of you two come and complain to me about anything that's not an immediate emergency, you both will be out in that field shoveling cow shit. So Dion comes home and he sees the kids sitting on the sidewalk all. He's like, why are you guys sitting here like someone ran over your cat? Tabby won't let me back in the house. And he's like, what? I said, no, because there's 11 acres out here.
Right.
Go climb a tree. Go play on
Absolutely.
the tire swing. Go do something fun. But you're not going to coop up in this house.
Right.
And Dion had said, he's like, yeah. And then she finally gave him a basketball or a bag of, and next thing you know, they're having fun and playing and going crazy, and it was all great.
Right. That's the way that we've really raised our kids too, is that we like to kick them outside.
Yeah.
Just go figure something out.
Okay.
Go play, go do this. You guys are getting on our fucking nerves. Go out there. Like I said, my kids don't have TVs in their room.
Right.
We don't own a game system here. I don't know how I raised a child through this error that he's just not a video gamer. He
Right.
never has been. He's always
Because
been
it's
outside.
not here.
Yeah, he's always been outside doing something. Very creative. Of like,
As they should be.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And he's behind on it all. Where we were out of town the other day, and I saw he like handed something to his friends outside the door, and I was like, what the fuck did they smuggle into our house?
Right.
And I'm like, it can't be alcohol because I told him he could drink the Fireball that was on the counter, so they wouldn't have to be hiding it. Well, it was the other kids' video game system. That's what the kids have to bring to my house is video games, soda, or junk food because I don't have any of it. We're
Wow.
not smuggling drugs or alcohol in
They're
here.
smuggling video games.
Right.
And that's a fucking,
Contraband.
that's a great thing for them to have to smuggle.
Right. So, well, that was fun.
Yes.
So,
I like it in face to face.
yeah, that was good. So now we have to go and get our pictures taken.
Yes, we do. We have our photo shoot today.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be exciting.
When's the last time you had your pictures taken?
Really, when you took them for my my book signing.
Oh, okay.
That was the last time I had pictures
Nice.
taken. That
Nice.
was quite a while ago.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah,
Well, I
we're
think-
good.
I think we should try these chicken sandwiches.
Oh,
And
okay.
see. We might as well do it and give
All
a
right.
live
Give a live response.
right before we leave.
Okay, we're gonna eat Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
All
Go
right.
ahead, you go first.
All right. You didn't take a bite.
I did it.
I took a big ass bite.
Actually, that's not. Ooh.
You only nibbled the bread.
I nibbled the breast right there.
Oh, yeah.
I nibbled the breast. I like my breast.
So there's pickles on it.
Yeah, because it's an imitation of the Chick-fil-A.
I don't understand. Is this supposed to be spicy?
No, I think they have a spicy version.
Well, I'm disappointed then.
I'm
Is
not.
this the
Look, I'm telling you that I'm just not running out to go get one.
I'm taking a second bite.
No. I'm
You have
trying.
to talk. Even with food in your mouth.
Why do I have to talk with food in my mouth?
Because I took a giant fucking bite.
Well,
I'm
that-
not impressed.
No. I don't see what the big deal is.
How does it differ from Chick-fil-A?
I have no idea. Chick-fil-A's is better.
People were getting in fights over this thing.
Because they're retarded. Because Popeyes created that whole.
I mean, it was genius.
Oh.
Whatever Popeye did, and I'm not even sure if it was Popeye as much as just Twitter and social media. I'm not impressed, guys.
No, totally not impressed. Not worth the wait these people were going.
Right. So Popeye's chicken sandwich is back out as of 11/3. My son said so yesterday.
Yep.
If you've had one and you love it, let us know because Tabby and I just tried it, and
Thumbs down.
yeah, I'd rather go have a box of ramen myself.
I think I might actually do that instead.
Right. Right. So, well, that's it, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please go and like, share, rate, review on Apple, Google. We appreciate all the messages of support everybody's been sending. I want to say a personal thank you to everybody who listened to the episode about my sobriety anniversary and all of the wonderful messages that I received and the support that our podcast received that week. I hope that it was helpful to somebody out there. It was definitely helpful to me to just get it off my chest. Anything else?
Nope, other than thank you so much for listening. And if you guys have any comments, questions, rants, give us a shout out at notasafespacepodcast@gmail.com. And also remember to sign up for Patreon. It's only $1 a month, and the money will go to helping us get new microphones and cameras and getting you more professional quality content.
And Link just growled at me, so I'm going to feed him the top bun of my Popeye's chicken sandwich so he can join the craze as well. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Here you go, big boy.
All right.
Oh, stop here. And then you know what to do with this.
Yeah.